I've been a business owner for 19 years, and over the course of 19 years, I have employed hundreds, if not thousands, of employees. And over that 19-year span, my biggest problem has been employees, bar none. The challenge is business owners and employees don't see the employee as the most important thing. They look at the employee as a liability, and the employee as an asset. You need to see the employee as an asset, and the employee needs to see themselves as an asset. Without the people, there is no company. It's a piece of paper filed away at the state. So the first most important thing I care about is the employee. It's the most important thing in my company. It's the most important thing in your company. So what I did in my own business was I created a list of what do I really care about? What's important to me? And then I took that list and I broke it down even further, and then even further. And I came up with a list of a whopping 6 things that I care about. There's only 6 things I truly care about as an employer as it relates to my employees. So how do you fix it? Maybe you just hire the best employees and don't worry about it. Except the best employees already have a job. Their boss pays them well, and they add value to the company, so they never get laid off. So what other options do you have? Why not turn the people that you already have right now into great employees? I've been there with unmotivated and problematic employees. What helped me turn it around was realizing that the only way things were going to change was by me helping them turn on that switch to thinking like they were the owner of the business. So what we need to do is we need to make them important. If we make them important and they realize the benefit that they're going to get out of helping you, and they will be rewarded for doing it, they're going to come to you with positive, impactful things which help you grow your business without you harping on them to do it. They'll do it on their own. So what we've created is an employee workbook. And this workbook is going to focus on the 6 things that we as a business owner care about. It's going to focus on the value of the employee. It's going to focus on the employee helping us get sales. It's going to focus on the follow-up. It's going to focus on the character. It's going to focus on the teamwork. And it's going to focus on doing more with what you already do. What that's going to allow us as a business owner to do is we're going to be able to look at the employee and say, are they doing these 6 things? So because you're laser focused on it, you can look at an employee very quickly and say, they're not a team player. Now you can jump in and say, okay, can I make them a team player? If I can't make them a team player, they have to go. Or you can jump in and say, okay, they need help with sales. They do everything else right, but they're lacking in sales. Now you can focus on that. Now what you can do is you take an employee who you only need 6 things from to become unfireable. They become the greatest employee on the planet, which is why it's called the greatest on the planet. It's not me that's the greatest. It's not you that's the greatest. It's them that's the greatest. We're trying to create here an unfireable employee. So how do we do that? What we're trying to do is we're trying to give the employees thought-provoking ideas. We want to give them an idea, and then we want to extract information out of them. See, the reason typical training programs don't work is because we put the employee there, and then we try to smash information into the employee. Do this, do this, do this, do this. They don't buy into your program, so they quit. They don't believe what you're telling them. In this, we're going to give them general ideas, and then we're going to ask them, what would you do? And then we're going to ask them to go do it. You're going to know whether they're doing it or not because you're going to see it at work. Are they following things up? You're going to very quickly identify it. The challenge is you can't do something one time and be done with it. You have to do it over and over and over again. So what we've done is created a system that they work on it 1 chapter per week for 8 weeks. That happens once per quarter. When should they stop? Never. They should do it forever because you want them focused on it. If they quit focusing on sales, what do you think is going to happen? Sales are going to go down. If they are focused on sales, what do you think is going to happen? Sales are going to go up. Or our team giving thought-provoking ideas to pull information out of the employee so that the employee can do better, and that's how the program is set up to work. The first thing and the most important thing that I care about is, what's the most important thing here? And the most important thing here is the people. The people are the most important thing. It's not the customer. It's not the money, because let's say we run out of customers. If we have great people, we'll go get more. If we run out of money and we have great people, we'll go get more money. So by doing this, the employee focus on what really matters to you. The employee ultimately writes their own ticket. So now when the employee comes to you and says, hey, I need a raise. Hey, I need a day off. Hey, I need to come in late. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need that. When you start seeing that your needs are being met, you're going to give it to them. And when you give it to them, you can take the what should I do to motivate my employees out of the program, because they're going to tell you what they need. The second most important thing that I care about is sales. I have to have revenue. If I don't have revenue, I can't pay the employees. I can't do marketing. I can't do training. I can't pay rent. I can't pay taxes. I can't pay insurance. With no revenue, I go out of business. Even with a great team, we're done with no sales. So sales comes in the list at number 2. The third most important thing that we care about is following things up. This is the initial downfall of customer service problems. The customer comes into an agreement with you to do business with you, and then you don't hold up your end of the bargain because you didn't follow things up. This is how we have customer service problems. It's the start of it right here. So when we're at home, could you imagine not following things up? You drop the kids off at school and you don't go pick them up? Of course you pick them up. Would you take the garbage cans out to the street and never go get them again? Of course you would go get them. But for reasons I don't understand, you don't understand, and your employees don't understand, at work it's a series of dead ends. We start something, don't finish it. There's a customer waiting on the other end of that line for you to do it, and it doesn't happen. So follow-up needs to be a focus at work. It has to be one of the 6 most important things. So follow-up comes in the list at number 3. The fourth most important thing that we care about is we want to be dealing with people of character. It's not just me, the business owner, or you, the business owner. It's the employees, too. Everybody that works there wants to be dealing with people of good character. We want to be dealing with honest people, trustworthy people, people who keep their word. We don't want to be dealing with drug users and liars and thieves. Nobody has time for that. Your customers don't have time for it. So we want to be surrounded by people of good character. And it comes in the list at number 4. Number 5 on the list is we're all on the same team. Competition is down the street. We don't compete here. We compete with down the street. We want to be dominant in our industry. We don't have time to fight with each other. So we need team players that work here. That's number 5. The 6th most important thing, and the final thing we care about, is we want everybody to push to do more. We don't want them to do more jobs. We want them to do the job they're already doing better. If they're pushing to do that, that's what we're looking for. So now you take these 6 things and you culminate them together. I have an employee who understands their value. They're helping bring in sales. They're a person of good character. They're doing follow-up. They're a team player, and they're pushing to do more. The person becomes unfireable. They come to me and say, I want more money. What are you going to say? No, I'm not giving you more money. They're producing sales. Of course you're going to give them more money. They understand their value. They come to you and they say, hey, I can't work on Saturday. If they're an employee who understands their value, they're helping with sales, they're following up, they're a person of good character, they're a team player, they're pushing to do more, you're going to give them what they want. They'll produce it for you. And those are the 6 things that really matter to us. Then what we need to look at is what the financial impact would be of getting everyone on the same page. Sure, it'll make life easier, but what's it going to cost and how much of a difference will it make to the bottom line? Just imagine if everyone on your team was doing 20% more every day. If your employees are costing you money, you're doing it wrong. Your employees should be making you money. That's why they're there. You didn't go in business to become an employer. You went in business to do what you knew how to do, and you needed help getting there. So you've brought on employees to help you do that, and now potentially looking at them as a liability, and they're an asset. We have a program that can help you make the switch and turn your employees to think like a business owner, which is going to make your life easier, and you're going to be able to enjoy life, which is why you started doing it in the first place. What we have here is a system that you should implement into your company. The reason is because it's not a cost. It's not a purchase. It's an investment, a long-term investment. Would you go without having the best computers? Would you go without having the best customer service? Would you go without the best phone system? Would you go without the best equipment that you could possibly be available? Then why would you not want to make an investment into your employees? Don't look at this as a purchase. Don't look at this as a cost. Look at this as a long-term investment for you so that your employees will want to take ownership and you can go enjoy life, which is what you wanted to do in the first place.